Joe Buffard here, Vice President of Marketing Communications for All-American Games, which is host of the U.S. Army All-American Bowl game, the U.S. Army National Combine, the East Bay All-American Bowl, and Football University camps, as well as the FBU National Championship. Sitting here with Gary Howard, Vice President and GM of XOS Digital, a new partner of All-American Games on a variety of different fronts. So Gary, welcome to the All-American Games family, and tell us a little bit about what XOS Digital does and how it is relevant in the recruiting of high school players to college.
Okay, sure, Joe. Thank you. First of all, XOS is excited to be part of the FBU family, part of the Army All-American family, and our role for our scouting division, we're the largest scouting division of its kind nationally, and what we do is we actually are hired by the universities to really cover the nation for all the top athletes at all different levels. So as we go out, whether it's to camps or to practices, games, and things, we actually are looking at the players, doing evaluations, providing all their media, their highlights, and putting it all in one spot in our platform, which is not a public platform or a fan-based platform, but it's for the universities that we work for. And they're able to go to one spot to find everything they need for the recruiting process.
Excellent. So now the part of the great partnership we're going to be having now, let's start at the top and work our way down.
Sure.
So we've got the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. You guys are now going to be official selection partners of that team, so we're excited to have that, as well as the U.S. Army National Combine. You guys, again, through your database, through your scouting resources, your network, will be offering invitations to the athletes as well, correct?
Right, correct. And so what we're looking forward to doing is that we're now going to join the team of the Army staff and the 24/7 staff along with us to kind of have a three-pronged approach to really select the best players we can, do the best evaluations we can, and really invite them to the best. I mean, this is the best all-star game in the nation.
So, in addition to being a partner on the selection committee for the U.S. Army All-American Bowl and the U.S. Army National Combine, what role will XOS Digital and the Scouting Network play regarding the football university camps?
Yeah, okay, so what we're going to do, Joe, is our scouts that cover the country are now going to be attending every single FBU camp that will begin next year and evaluate every player at every grade, at every position. And then we're going to allow what that'll do, that'll allow us to get really good evaluations while they're at the camps. That'll also help us select players for the combine, go into the profiles that we provide to the college, whether a kid is going to play at a big school or he's going to play at a small school, because we want to make sure that the kid has an opportunity to keep playing football. We love the sport so much, and we service all different size schools from the top to the bottom.
So I'm a middle school parent. I've got an athlete going into the 8th grade. What is, having a profile on XOs, it doesn't cost anything, right? It's all free because it's your evaluation that's going to be there. So that's different than some of the other partners we have at our camps that help with the recruiting process. So if I'm going into my 8th grade, what's the process there? When with your scouts, the profile is created, walk me through the benefits of being in it for a middle school athlete.
Okay, so what we did here at Top Gun, this has been the middle school camp. We were here last week at the high school camp, and what we wanted to do at the middle school camp was really to take a look at the players that were coming. They're on the early radar. Obviously, they're early in their development process, but it kind of gives us a good idea of what talent is out there, and we will start to build their profiles to go into our database and follow them as they get older. So we were able to do that with several hundred players here at the middle school camp, and it gives us just a little bit of head start. And it's not really us scouting them this early, but it's kind of doing a little bit of evaluation and getting the process started for them. So, and the way things are going today is that there are kids that are working harder, developing themselves sooner, which is why they come to the FBU camp, and it really gives us a good handle on what's up and coming in the future.
So I'm a freshman, sophomore. What's the value XOS Digital can bring to me at my level of the game?
All right, so when you're a freshman or sophomore, the thing that we want to do is get you into our database. And when you come to an FBU camp, every kid that comes to the camp will go into the database, and we will actually do evaluations on every single player. And then we'll be able to sort it, and the college will be able to sort it based on their needs. So like I said, when you come here to an FBU camp, that's how you're going to get the beginning process of getting into our database.
And this profile costs nothing to the athlete. It's all done on your expense because you push that information to the schools. What's the process of, once I've attended a camp, do we as a family complete that profile, or is that something that you and your scouts do behind the scenes?
Yeah, no, well, it's a combination of both. When we're here, we'll identify the players and start to put that data in, but also the families of the high school players can go into our website, which is playerondemand.com, and they'll click on the high school player link and be able to fill out the profile. They'll be able to attach a video link, be able to attach a photo, and then assist us in making sure that we get their players into our system and into our reports.
Gotcha. So once I'm in there, that's my next follow-up question. I think you just answered it. Is, I've got Huddle, I've got my game film on you, some highlights on YouTube. I may have a DVD. I can now inject that into my profile, and then have that film that's sent out with them as well. Correct?
Exactly. Because
Gotcha.
what we do, if you look at a profile of a player in our system, it's got a headshot, it's got their game film, it's got their highlight film. It has their contact information. It has an early evaluation report that we would actually go after, or that our scouts would do. And then if you add the links of the whether it's Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, those are things that the colleges want to see. Mm-hmm. And so we'll put it all bundled up in a nice package for each kid's profile and go into our system.
Now, how does this differ XOS Digital from our other great partner, NCSA, and the services they provide?
Well, we are definitely different, and I think that both of them serve a purpose. And I can speak to what XOS does, is not a lot of people are familiar with it because it's not a public, we don't service the public. Mm-hmm. We aren't a fan-based site. And so basically what we're doing is something that we've offered to do for kids that attend the FBU camps, get them into our system and helps us get a broader coverage, but there is no fee associated with it. Mm-hmm. And I think that we want to promote as many kids as we possibly can because we service all types of schools at all different levels.
Gotcha. So in retrospect, it's probably good advice for a family to maybe have both, because you're working on pushing the information to the schools, as well as the NCSA is working to develop a profile and pushing to them as well, and they may not be subscribers to your reports and your scouts, so it's a win-win because I'm getting pushed in both directions.
Yeah, I think that if you wanted to have, NCSA fills a great role because if you need some guidance on how the process even works, they can answer a lot of questions for you. And so when they come out here like us at the camps, you'll be able to ask those questions and kind of see what areas you may need some assistance in. And they'll do some pretty good hands-on work for you in that area. As far as us, we're directly connected with the college, with the colleges. And because we give an unbiased opinion, where we say, okay, these are the top 50 players in this region that play this position, it's really sought after. And it really is something that the colleges really like, because we're really going to tell them how to cover an area when they go into it to recruit.
Now, if I go on playerdemand.com, can I see a list of the schools that subscribe to you, or is it that confidential and it's strictly, just uploading my information and you guys will push it out?
Yeah, you can't see, due to NCAA regulations, you can't post a lot of information like that on who we actually service. But once you load it in there, it'll go to the scout that's in that area, and they'll always be able to communicate with that scout. And it's just something that we'll provide to the kids, because our scouting group is really put together of all former high school coaches and former NFL players and former NFL coaches. And the bottom line is we all love the sport, and we all want to help everybody we can. So the first process is to go into playerondemand.com, fill out the profile, get us the information, and that starts the ball rolling.
Fantastic. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's a great partnership. I know it's going to certainly enhance that exposure piece that we try to do at Football University. I think you're going to be a great resource when it comes to nominating these kids for the U.S. Army National Combine and the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. So I'm excited for it, and like to have you on board.
It's a privilege and an honor, and we're excited to be part of the family.
Thanks,
right.
Gary.
Thanks, Joe.